Okay, folks, as promised, Nubeo's newest release, and again, that is dependent upon when you actually watch this video and when it releases, but this is their Tri-Star Orbit. Kind of a new take on this particular watch here. I've reviewed this several times. This is the newest one I just got too, but I've had this in several different colors already. Just this is new to me because it has the bracelet on it, and this is their Skylab. So this is kind of a new twist on Skylab. Again, the Tri-Star Orbit. And you tell time the exact same way. You're basically telling time on the lower portion of the watch. And what you have here is the 0 minute all the way through 60 minutes. And so we'll get into the specifications on the watch. But as always, I want to do all these, or record all these watch videos, not just in my standard format, but in this up close and personal kind of style. Just because a lot of folks just want to see the watch and not necessarily me. So yeah, so I just want to, I want to be able to do that so that these watches can get, I guess, the recognition they deserve. Nubeo is a fantastic company. They're under the Dartmouth kind of parent company, and Dartmouth owns brands such as RGMT, Nubeo, of course, Diminutor Del Mar, Cadola, Spinnaker, several different watch companies. And so they really bring the creativity and level of quality across all brands that's under their belt, so to speak. And this one, again, is no exception. I'm going to try to adjust the light a little bit here so you're not getting too much of a glare. It's a little bit difficult here, but we'll just have to kind of deal with it, I guess. Yeah, that might be a little better. All right. So, yeah, there you go. So you can see the 3 globes. And basically, when you rotate the crown, which is screw down, of course, it rotates all 3 of these globes. And basically what you do is, just as an example here, you look at the lower portion of the watch. We have the 0 minute marker that indicates 3 o'clock. And as it rotates, 3:30. And as we get closer to 4 o'clock, when that 3 gets closer to the 60-minute mark, you will then look over to the beginning again, and you can see now it's 4 o'clock. And then, of course, you'll see it will jump to 5, 6, 7, and so on. Very innovative design, very unique. It kind of reminds you of something like Jacob & Company might do, although nowhere near as elaborate. It's still a very cool watch, very space-oriented. This one here, like, when you look at, some of their watches, these are themed watches, right? So Nubeo is mainly a space-themed watch brand, although they do have some sea-themed watches, but most of them are space-themed. So if I were to show you a couple different watches and say, hey, what do you think? What do you think of this watch? And this is a space-themed company. Some of their watches, you'd say, hey, I just don't see it, right? But this one here, I mean, just me, I don't even have to really reference what this is, I guess, inspired by. Me just saying space, like, it just makes sense, you know what I mean? So, very cool watch. Lume on it is pretty awesome, although I don't have a black light. I don't know what I did with mine. I'll see if I can turn this off for a second so you can kind of see. Hopefully you get a little bit of a lume shot. Yeah, a little bit. So you see you get 3 different color lume. You have a dark blue, kind of more like an aqua, and then there is I think there's a red off to the side, or maybe like a green. I'm not sure. If you look at the picture, again, I'll just click the link in the description. You can look at the manufacturer's website, and they got some really good close-ups there where you can really see the different colors on this. Let me see if I can get it to... Yeah, it's really hard to see based on my filming here. But you kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Great lume on it. In addition to having lume on the face, like any other watch, let's see if we can get the back to glow. You have, a little bit. You can see it on that sort of tri-star pattern. You have lume on that, and then, of course, you have lume on the sides of the watch. Yeah, we're not getting a lot of glow here, and on this side as well. Let me see if I can charge this up. Yeah, you get the idea here. So, very cool watch. I love the fact they integrated lume all over this thing. It is a very bright watch. If you were to see that, again, click the link in the description, check out the picture. You can see exactly how much this thing glows. And it's a very unique watch. I mean, when I look at the 500 watches that I have in my collection, I mean, this one, it's super, super different. Exhibition window on the case back. Again, you have, I love the fact they put this sort of tri-star on there. I'm not sure what that is meant to I guess, you know, what the inspiration is for that or what it really is, but I like it. You know, it reminds me of a set of wheels I had on my Honda back in the day. Pretty cool. We have a Miota automatic movement on this with the, this is kind of a different Nubeo branded rotor, but I like it. You know, it's different than what they normally do. Normally they have like sort of a, this, you can't even see through this on a lot of their watches. Like for instance, I'll just show you the Skylab. They just did sort of like this red tint with like this stick figure. And I don't know, I think if you're going to put an exhibition window on a case back, you should be able to see the movement in the rotor. That's the whole point. And I like the fact that it's not just a plain old exhibition window. I think this is the nicest exhibition window that they've done to date. Absolutely love it, you know. I think that they should really, you know, if they're going to, I'm not sure what this actually is, but it's too bad this isn't integrated into their logo somewhere where like every Nubeo would have this, because I think it's a real winner. You can see very cool case back. It's actually kind of raised a little bit. I guess they probably did that in order to accommodate the movement, but not really sure. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's kind of unique. Rather than just being flat across the back, we have kind of like this lip. It's a big watch. I think it's about 20 millimeters in case thickness. Very rounded, very bubbly. We have it on a, this comes on just like a standard, I think it's like a silicone or rubber strap. I don't believe these are interchangeable. This is proprietary, so I think if one was to try to change the strap on this, or even if you got another strap from Nubeo, I believe you have to take the case back off, and there's probably like spring bars on the opposite side, but very, very unique. I mean, I know I keep saying that over and over again, but it is a super unique watch, and I think these are kind of the watches that really kind of push the boundaries for timekeeping. And I think that, you know, anybody who's a Nubeo collector, I think would definitely want to add this to their collection. The cool thing about Nubeo is this brand is actually building like Nubeo collectors. It's not just folks that are buying like one Nubeo watch and saying, hey, you know what, I'm good. They're all so unique and they're all limited edition. It's a lot of fun adding stuff like this, you know, to your watch collection. I think this one here is a real winner. I think this is going to do really well. I believe it's limited, and I say believe on this because I don't have anything in front of me. I'm just kind of shooting at the hip here. The main purpose of the video is just to show you guys what it actually looks like under some close-up shots. And, you know, and the standard stuff applies. Like we have 316 stainless steel. I don't think this is sapphire, but don't quote me on that. They either use, you know, a mineral lens, or most of them are sapphire. But screw-down crown, 316 stainless steel, cool loom, screw-on case back. You know, a silicone, I believe it's a silicone strap. I mean, it's easy enough for you to just click the link in the description. I know no matter what I do, I'll get some folks who are like, oh, you should have told me this. It's like, be an adult, like click the link, go to the website and read about it. You know, I'm not here to hold your hand. However, I would like to slap this on your wrist like I will do on mine right now. So anyway, all joking aside, very cool watch. And it's interesting, this watch, like you have a lot of adjustment. Like this watch, like I have a 7-inch wrist. You can see what it looks like. It's big, it's bold. But this thing can really downsize probably to almost like a 5-inch wrist, which this watch would look huge on a 5-inch wrist. And I always say, wear what makes you happy. I think it would look really cool. And then, of course, this will probably go up to about 9 inches. So don't quote me on that. If you are, you know, if you are a big boy and you have a huge wrist, like, don't just buy it. You know, if there's any question that you're going to buy it and you want to know if it's going to fit, let me know. I'll find a way to measure it for you. You know what I mean? We'll get you squared away. But very cool. It is available in a couple different color options, but I think this one is the best. They didn't make this one in silver. So with all the watches, I think, the best of my knowledge, are done in like this black plating. And something I've always said about a black watch, you know, they start to look like a G-Shock or just like a basic watch. If you're going to rock a black watch and you want something unique, it needs to be something really different, whether that's crystals or, you know, abalone or something really large, a cool face. Like this one definitely checks the box where you're going to rock this. It's not going to look like you're just wearing some G-Shock. And again, there's nothing wrong with G-Shock. I like G-Shock, you know, they're great watches, but I think when you're wearing a black watch, it can be kind of boring. I always like to kind of go back to that Invicta Excursion I bought years ago. I think that's the model. Black. I ended up returning it just because it just looked so boring and basic. But this, it's definitely a unique piece, and there's nothing boring about this watch. Right now, price on this is $900 with 20% off. Like with anything in life, supply and demand dictates price. So if these watches are flying off the shelf at $900 at 20% off, then you're not going to see them. They're not going to drop the price. But time will tell on how well these do. If you guys do, again, have any questions whatsoever, do not hesitate to ask. I'm here to help you out. As always, thanks for watching, folks. Check out my other standard format video, and you guys have a fantastic day, and take care.